What's up, guys? It's Matt here with Tanks Lawn Maintenance. It is currently April, I do believe the 14th. I'm not sure. I could be mistaken on that. But anyway, that's of no importance right now. But it is April 14th, I do believe, the 2023rd year of our Lord. And as you can see, the lighting in here, I just can't get it right, man. Can't get it right, man. I'm out here in the garage, shop, my office, whatever you want to call this thing. And I actually have a 1-year product review for you guys. It's the grass catcher. Let me give you a little bit of insight on this thing, some of the pros and cons, and my overall thoughts of this contraption. So without further ado, let's get to it. Get y'all turned around real quick. Alright, I hope y'all can see well. This is it right here. It's the grass catcher. It's actually the grass catcher brand. Purchased this thing from grasscatcher.com. If y'all can see it right there. And they make this product for various different mowers. And you just give them your model number and deck size. And they will custom fit it to your mower deck. But anyway, I want to go over this thing. You know, this is very, very light aluminum. It's I mean, it doesn't get no lighter than that, guys. And it's very, very well made. The welds on it are solid, and I do like that great big handle right there. And it has a door in the back right here. And I know you guys see all that duct tape on there. I'll get to that in a minute. But there's a door right there. Typical slide bar latch on it. Just open that, pull the door out, and you can actually take it off. It's a removable hinge on it. And right here, the way it is, you remove the chute on your mower, and you slide that front bar right there, that front little tab right there into the slot on the front of your chute, and then you just let it rest in the slot on the back side. And when I say chute, there's actually a bracket that comes with it that fits your mower. And it's pretty self-explanatory. I mean, it's very simple to use, guys. I mean, it's no rocket science behind this at all whatsoever. If you can't get this figured out, man, you really you may want to consider just staying at home and collecting a check from the state or the government or whatever, because this thing is very simple, guys. Very simple. But that's the overall looks of it. And now I'm gonna get with the bad first. Keep in mind, guys, this thing is a half circle. Okay, so don't just set it in the back of your truck. If you do, make sure you lay it down with the flat side on the bed of your truck. Lay it down flat. And even then, this thing is still subject to roll around. The very first time I used this, keep in mind, I only have a 10-foot trailer. And there's not a lot of room on my trailer. And in order to conserve space on the trailer, because I don't like having a lot of clutter on the floor of my trailer, what I did was I laid this down in the bed of my truck, and it slid from the tailgate all the way to the front and actually hit the bottom of my toolbox right here, and it dented it in, and it actually warped the whole thing. I mean, yeah, I was speeding, guys. I'm not gonna lie, I was doing about 80. But and I had to slam on brakes, and it slid and hit the toolbox in the front of the bed of the truck. But it dented this in, it warped the whole contraption. And so what I mean, you know, it had the door in a bind where you couldn't just open it up. And now this thing is sturdy, but keep in mind it is aluminum, so you can I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but you can put pressure on it right there and get that door to shimmy out of there. But so I had to make it work like that all day long. And but what I did, I got home And with it being aluminum, I did not have to put any heat on it or anything like that. With it being a soft metal, I just put it on my workbench, stuck a block of wood on there, took a rubber mallet, and beat it as straight as I could until I could get the door open. And I actually had to set it just like you see it right now and use my body weight to bounce up and down on it to get it to take the original shape, the whole contraption, to get it to take the original shape that it came in. And from this angle right here, it or from any angle to the naked eye, you know, it actually looks pretty close, and it's not bad, but it still is not the original shape that it came in. But you know, it gets the job done, and I don't have to try to wiggle it or manipulate it at all to get the door on and off. So when you're storing this thing in your truck or on your trailer, just keep that in mind, guys. Try to keep it secured where it's not going to roll around or slide around and hit anything, and try to keep everything that's in your truck or trailer secured where it won't slide or roll into this, because you will damage this piece of equipment. And the other cons, these holes right here, these air holes, vent holes, whatever you want to call them, down here in the southeast, Georgia specifically, around the Augusta area, we have a lot of Bermuda grass. And Bermuda grass, like zoysia, has very thin grass blades. And those holes right there, I mean, you know, I'm close to 6 foot tall, and that's half the length of my finger. And that's a little too big, in my opinion, for Bermuda grass blades. Now, if all the holes were like these on top, just a little small, minute punched holes in there, it'd be great, but they're not. And you've got them all along the side, got them on the top over here, you've got them on the front side, and you've also got them on this side as well. So those holes tend to be a problem, but that's why I had the duct tape on here. Yeah, it's raggedy looking, it's trashy looking, but it gets the job done. And all in all, as long as your customer's property looks good and looks the way they expect it to look when you're done, they really don't care what your equipment looks like. Just keep it as clean looking as possible. And I actually need to clean this thing up and renew all the duct tape. Would actually help it out a lot. And another problem I have with it is the gaps in the door. Those are very large gaps. And yeah, it was bent some because it took a beating. And you know, I'm tough on my equipment, guys. I beat the hell out of all my stuff all year long. And I buy my things with the intentions of them being used. None of my stuff stays new. But there is a large gap in between that door. And those grass clippings and, you know, even mulched up leaves, they tend to slip through that, and it does create somewhat of a mess. And another con is when you're dealing with, just say, wet willow leaves or wet grass clippings or anything like that, smaller leaves that are wet and wet grass clippings, and this thing fills up, it gets heavy. And but it's not so heavy that you can't work with it. I actually have a I want to say it's a 30 gallon dump bin, one of those Rubbermaid dump bins. I have that, and I also have a roll around bin that I use to dump this in. And I have no problem lifting it up and dumping it in there. So another thing you need to be careful with when you take it off of the mower and you're getting ready to dump it, when you take this door off right here, keep that hole right there faced upwards. That way you don't lose clippings. And because you will. I mean, you will make a mess if you're not careful with this. But so far, honestly, that's the only cons I have. Another con, you know, I wish they would make one You know, I wish they would paint it before it gets to you to match the mower that you're going to put it on. But you know, that's a small price to pay to have something that's going to collect leaves or grass clippings. Now, that's pretty much all the cons I have. Let's get to the pros. Save the good stuff for last. Does this work? This absolutely works. It works extremely well. Now, with that being said, this is not an equal substitute for a walker or anything that is equivalent to a walker. It's not a substitute for a commercial grade bagging mower. It is not a substitute to that, but it does extremely well, and it's about twice the size of the bag on the back of a push mower that you see that only holds 2 cubic feet of grass clippings and leaves. This holds 4 cubic feet of grass clippings and leaves. Some of the other pros: it's lightweight. You do not have to turn down jobs that want stuff to be mowed. This is a cheaper option of not that want it to be mowed. You don't have to turn down properties because they want their stuff bagged. This is actually a more cost-effective way for up-and-coming landscapers like myself, or some of you other guys out there that just simply can't justify going out and dropping 15 or 20 grand on a walker mower or something of the equivalent. And this is a really good option. Out the door, I think it was around $550 that I paid for this thing. That was including shipping and taxes. So all in all, this is a well worth it piece of equipment, a piece of add-on equipment, or attachment, I guess you could say. But anyway, guys, that's pretty much it. I'll get you turned back around. All right, let y'all see my pretty face. But let me get y'all propped up over here on my toolbox. But my opinion on this, my overall point of view and thoughts on this: if I had to do it all over again, would I buy this? It's a no-brainer, guys. I would in a heartbeat. Just because of the simple fact that when I first started my business, I did not have I had no option to bag grass clippings. The only thing I had was a 21-inch push mower that was non-self-propelled, and which is on its last leg right now. And it has a 2 cubic foot bag on it. And guys, I've got some properties that's 1.5 acres, 2-3 acres, and that's just way too much grass to be cutting with a push mower. And against my better judgment, I took some advice from some of the veterans that forgot what it was like to be a up-and-coming landscaper or somebody just starting out. And I had to tell people, like, look, I don't bag. I can't bag. And I lost out on a lot of big money on that, guys. If I'd have bought this thing when I bought my mower, I'd probably have enough customers right now that I could go full time, because I know for a fact I turned down at least 20 customers because of bagging. And at the time, I had no idea of this option. And there's a lot of things out there on YouTube, but I didn't know to look for anything like that. You know, I just thought that I either had to have a walker or, you know, like a Toro with the bagging system on there, or a push mower with a bagger on it, and which was out of the question for some of the properties I have. So I had no clue that there was a such thing as a grass catcher or grass gobbler or accelerator bagger system, whatever you want to call it. But I'd be full-time right now, no question, if I'd have had this thing sooner in my business. But You know, it's a lesson learned. And is this worth the money? It depends on where you are in your business. I will say that. If you're like me, you're starting out or up and coming, or just simply at a point where you can't justify dropping 20 grand on a walker, and then yes, this is well worth the money. I bought this. It's been about a year since I bought this, and I made my money back off of this within the first week of me having this this attachment, and so it is well worth the investment. And there's so much more you can do with it than just bag grass clippings. You know, you can use it for leaf cleanups. You can a lot of times, if I had some big bush jobs that I had to do, because I know last year I did a lot of huge bush jobs, like $1,000 bush jobs, and I would use that. You know, I would blow all the clippings out, or the trimmings out into the grass, and I would use that to mulch it up and suck it up at the same time. And I'm gonna tell you something, man, it cut the time in half. And as far as leaf cleanups, if you've got like a small yard that's got some leaves, just trees dumping a few leaves here and there, it'll save you a ton of time. You don't have to bust out a rake. You ain't got to tarp anything or anything like that. Saves you a lot of time with leaf cleanups. And on some of your yards that are wooded, and you have trees just dumping leaves in the yard, if you go and look at Countryside Strong, Randy over there, he has a older video. I want to say it's probably 3 or 4 years old. Matter of fact, I think I linked it to one of my older videos. He rigged up a system with a tarp where he sewed a tarp. He made a bag out of a tarp, and he said he used 5 or 6 of them, and he had it strapped to the back of that with the door open, and made a bigger bagger. And I haven't tried it yet. I haven't had a need to, but watching him do it, it was a very ingenious idea, and it worked great for him. But now I will say this, mulching leaves, last year with the leaf cleanups, I did not use the high lift blades. I used the mulching blades. And the only downside I had with the mulching blades, what was it? It was the, not Gator, but the Ballard Ripper blades. Very good blades. I have no complaints about the blades at all whatsoever, as long as I'm mulching everything back into the lawn. But if I'm collecting leaves or collecting grass clippings, I will be using X blades with the Ripper and razor blades, or I would just strictly use high lift blades. But I have found that you do a lot better with high lifts on this attachment than you do with the Ripper blades, or just regular high lift blades versus Gator blades, I guess you could say. But yeah, I mean, if you're somebody that has a walker or something equivalent to that, you know, it'd really be pointless for you to buy this. But if you're somebody that just can't justify buying a walker yet, or just simply don't have the funds for a walker, or if you've only got just a handful of yards that want their stuff bagged and you do have a zero-turn mower, this is a very good option. And I will add to this, I am not sponsored in any way by Grass Catcher. I bought this with my money, and I have not contacted them at all. I've never spoke with them. The only dealings I have with them is when I bought this attachment, had it shipped to my house. That was it. I didn't even do a survey at on their website or anything. Didn't do none of that. So, but they do have a good product, and it's not just Grass Catcher. It's any of them out there. You know, any of these types of attachments right here, they're all worth the money. And they have some that are more expensive, and they have some that have extensions on them. I think the Grass Gobbler has an extension that you can add to that. But either way, man, if you're needing to bag grass, needing to collect leaves, and you're just tired of blowing leaves around and tarping them and dragging them from the yard to the trailer or to the back of the truck, whatever, this is a very good option. Very good option. And I know it saved me a ton of time when it came to this stuff. But anyway, that's the end of this video. I will get back on here soon, guys. I've got a busy day ahead of me tomorrow. I've got 4 properties that are one of them's about 5 acres, and I've got one that's about 2.5 acres, and one that's or 2 of them that are over 1.5 acres, and then I've got to finish up the 4 that I had the other day. I was going to do that today, but it was raining today when I got off of work. So and then I've got a monster pine straw job I've got to do, and Mama Tank will be helping me tomorrow, and if I have to work Sunday, she'll most likely be with me then too. Man, I'm blessed to have a good wife that's willing to help me with this, that's willing to help me chase my dreams. And I don't know where I'd be without her, man. That's another thing, guys. If you've got a good woman, take care of her. I'm going to tell you right now, the old saying, behind every successful man is a good woman. That is very true, because if it wasn't for mine, I'd be in trouble. I promise you. But anyway, guys, I'm going to hop off here, get ready for bed. And I hope y'all got something out of this. And if you were on the fence about purchasing one of these, whether it be grass catcher or grass gobbler or accelerator, whatever, hey, if you think you could use it, I'm going to tell you something right now. Scared money don't win. But you got to spend a little bit to make some. But anyway, boys, I'll holler at y'all later. Y'all keep cutting that grass and keep making that money. Holler at y'all. Bye.